town of Marlow is situated in South Buckinghamshire on the banks of the River Thames between Henley and Maidenhead. It's recorded in the Domesday Book as consisting of 4 manors, and at the time the largest of these belonged to Queen Matilda, wife of William the Conqueror. Many of its most famous landmarks sprang up in the 1800s, including the bridge and church, but more on these in a moment. Back then it had a population of 4,480, and today it is home to around 14,000 people. Surrounded by farms and woodland, it was described by Jerome K. Jerome, the author of 3 Men in a Boat, as one of the pleasantest river centres I know of. It is a bustling, lively little town. All Saints Church dominates the skyline and was built back in 1835, although there's been a church on the site for over 800 years. Inside there is a memorial to local Member of Parliament Sir Miles Hobart, who in 1628 locked the door of the House of Commons to the Sovereign's messenger Black Rod during a debate. This act is now replicated in every state opening of Parliament. There are several other churches in the town, including St Peter's, which is said to contain the hand of St James, although modern tests suggest the remains are more recent. Marlow Bridge was constructed in 1832. Its architect, William Tierney Clark, also designed the first suspension bridge across the Thames, which was built in Hammersmith 4 years earlier. Marlow Bridge is the only suspension bridge across the non-tidal section of the Thames, and 17 years after its completion, Tierney Clark replicated the design across the Danube in Hungary, linking what had originally been the separate towns of Buda and Pest. One of the most popular sports in the area is rowing, and the town's rowing club is situated next to the bridge and was founded in 1871. Members of the club have represented Great Britain at the Olympic Games and World Championships. Sir Steve Redgrave began rowing at the club in 1978 and went on to win 5 Olympic gold medals at consecutive games. On the opposite side of the bridge is the Complete Angler, which through the years has been visited by Noel Coward, Margot Robbie and Clint Eastwood, and in 1999 it became the first restaurant outside of London to be visited by the Queen. The Complete Angler is named after Isaac Walton's 1653 book, which was partly written in the town, and just one of the area's connections to the arts. On the opposite bank to the Angler, at the Two Brewers public house, Jerome K. Jerome wrote much of his comic novel 3 Men in a Boat. Mary Shelley lived in the town in 1818, while she finished her groundbreaking tale Frankenstein, widely regarded as the world's first science fiction novel. Just across the road, but a century later, lived the poet T.S. Eliot. Close to the town's war memorial is a drinking fountain dedicated to Charles Frohman, an American producer who staged the first performances of Peter Pan. Frohman was a frequent visitor to the town, but was one of the passengers killed when the Lusitania was sunk during World War I. Marlow Football Club was formed during a meeting at the Complete Angler in 1870, and they are the only team to have applied for entry into the FA Cup every season since it began in 1871. One of their earliest players was Cuthbert Ottaway, who captained England against Scotland in the world's first international football match. For 10 years, the Army's Officer Training College was based in the town before relocating to its current home at Sandhurst. At the top of the high street is the Town Hall, which was built in 1807, although its clock tower is a century older. Designed with arches on the ground floor to enable markets to take place, over the centuries it has served as offices, a lock-up for petty criminals, a hotel, a pub, a cinema and a retail outlet. There has been a weir here for over 900 years, and 14th century records tell of a winch that was used to pull traffic through an early single-gate lock known as a flashlock. The town's railway station opened in 1873 and steam trains ran to Bourne End and on to Maidenhead, High Wycombe and Paddington. Since the 60s, the steam trains have been replaced by diesel engines, the station demolished and the line to High Wycombe has severed. One element that has remained is the line's affectionate nickname of the Marlow donkey, although the origins of the name have been lost.